Don't buy the AirPods Pro if you just want to listen to basic music on them, because the AirPods Pro are Apple's most expensive earphones for a reason. They're simply packed with features that are so useful in our daily lives. That's why in this video, I wanted to tell you how to make the AirPods Pro really useful, going over my favorite tricks and hidden features that you just absolutely need to know about. Let's start off with head gestures. Did you know that if you put your AirPods on and someone calls you, just by doing like this, I can deny a call, or if I do like this, I can answer a call. You simply have to open up settings, tap on AirPod, and if you scroll in the bottom, you're gonna see head gestures. Now make sure to activate it, and then when someone calls you, Siri will ask you, do you wanna answer the call? And then by simply doing head gestures, you'll be able to answer or deny the call. It's extremely useful when you're working, or maybe you're at the elevator and someone calls you and Siri's like, do you wanna answer the call? You're not gonna be like, yes, in front of people. It's just way much simpler to just simply do like this. There's also a lot of people that use their AirPods Pro in a wrong way, because if you bought a pair of AirPods Pro, inside of the box, it will come with these ear tips. And these ear tips exist for a reason. You have to find the right size for your ear. And there's a lot of people that just simply put it on, and if it works for them, if it's comfortable for them, they just continue on with their life. But let me tell you, they're doing it wrong. The correct way to do it is going inside of setting once again and tap on ear tip test. And from there, the AirPods Pro will perform an ear tip test to ensure the best size for your ear. Because if you've got the incorrect ear tip, noise cancellation and sound quality could be highly affected. Now, by now, I'm sure you know that there's multiple controls with your AirPods. For example, if you press and hold, noise cancellation will turn on. Or if you simply do a slight pinch, you can start playing or pausing music. But did you know that you could customize all of these controls? You do that once again in settings, and you're gonna go where press and hold AirPods is, and then you can tap on the left one, for example, and there's a couple of toggles that you can choose from, noise control or Siri. So if you just wanna pinch on the left earphone, you can activate Siri, which could be very useful for you, or simply noise control, and then instead of noise control, you can simply activate whether you want transparency, noise cancellation, or even activate adaptive mode, which I'm gonna get into adaptive mode in just a second. While we're inside of settings, if you scroll a little bit downwards, you're gonna see call control. And you're gonna be able to customize how you answer a call. For example, you can customize answer call, mute and unmute, and end call. For example, let's tap on end call, and from there, you can customize it to press once or press twice. As you can see, there's so much customization inside of settings. It's crazy to know that there's people out there in the world that don't know about this. My sister didn't know, it just blew my mind. Did you know that the AirPods Pro have volume control? By simply swiping up or swiping down on the AirPods stem, you'll be able to control your AirPods volume. So if you want to turn the music up, you simply swipe up just like this. It's that simple. I hope you knew about this. This is an AirPods Pro exclusive feature. Now, the AirPods Pro have noise cancellation and transparency mode, but there was a recent iOS update that brought a brand new feature to the AirPod, which is adaptive audio. It's basically a mix between noise cancellation and transparency mode. Using AI, it will blend transparency mode and noise cancellation depending on where you are. Let me explain. So let's say you're walking down a noisy street. It will block out that crazy traffic noise, but you'll still be able to hear the voices from your friends, for example. If you're entering a very quiet room, it will reduce the noise cancellation because it won't need that much noise cancellation comparing it to a very busy street. It's great if you're in a library or in a co-working space if you want all that noise to be blocked out, but if a friend starts talking, it will basically turn on transparency. Now, talking about talking, there's also conversation awareness now, which is extremely useful. If you turn on conversation awareness, let's say you've got music on and someone starts talking to you, conversation awareness will turn down the music automatically so you'll be able to hear your friend that's talking to you. Be careful, for example, if you're using it out in the street, because it can get kind of confused. If you're walking around and there's other random people crossing by you, it could detect that that person is trying to talk to you, so it'll lower the music, which you don't want that to do. I believe conversation awareness works best in libraries, in co-working spaces once again. Now, with Apple's latest iOS 18.4 update, it brings a very cool feature to the AirPod. If you go inside of Control Center and add a new widget to the Control Center, Apple launched Ambient Music, which is basically this little app/feature that allows us to listen to ambient music. We've got 4 of them to choose from sleep, chill, productivity, and well-being. So if you're studying with your AirPods, you can tap on the productivity. If you're trying to fall asleep with your AirPods, which I know a lot of people do, I don't recommend it, but I know there's a lot of people who do, you can tap on the sleep ambient music feature. A great tip that I can give you is if you're trying to fall asleep in a long international exhausting flight, you can turn on Apple's new sleep ambient music feature and then turn on noise cancellation, and it will be so incredibly freaking relaxing. Now, this next tip can get quite complex, but it's very easy if you're into tech, obviously. Did you know that you can do shortcuts with your AirPods Pro? The creativity is the limit within shortcuts, so I'm gonna keep it quite simple. A great example would be setting Siri to whenever you say, Siri, start my walk. It could turn on automatically an Apple Music playlist that you like. It could start an Apple Watch outdoor walk workout, and it could turn on noise cancellation. It's super powerful once you set up features like these. If you've got a Siri shortcut with your AirPods, make sure to share it with us in the comments so we can all see it together. Now, the latest AirPods Pro have spatial audio with head tracking, which will basically immerse you in music, in movies, and in games. You simply turn it on with the toggle inside of Control Center, and the sound will follow your head movement. The way that it works is super simple. It's basically, let's imagine that the artist is singing right in front of you, and if you move your head, it will still feel like it's there, and if you move it the other way around, it will still feel like it's there. Standard earphones, it will feel like left and right stereo sound. So if you move left, it will kind of like follow you around, which is like not the best experience. Well, the spatial audio, it truly takes it to a whole new level. But one of the best ways to truly experience spatial audio is within films, which brings me to my next feature, seamless device switching. Now, the magic of AirPods is that if you're using AirPods with your iPad and then go to your Mac, it will automatically switch. And then if you start watching a movie on your Apple TV, it will directly connect it to the Apple TV. And that's truly the beauty of the Apple ecosystem. Now, if this feature is a little bit buggy for you, you can simply go to your settings, AirPods, connect to this iPhone, and then set that to when last connected, and it should feel way much snappier. To end things off, here's some quick tricks that I always tell my friends. Now with iOS, you can add a battery widget. So every time you open up your iPhone, you can see how much battery life is left on your AirPods to remind yourself to charge them. Talking about charging, did you know that you can charge your AirPods Pro with USB-C, with wireless charging, with MagSafe, and with an Apple Watch charger? That's one of the best things about the AirPods Pro compared to the AirPods 4, for example, is that you can charge them in so many ways. You can also tap on optimized battery charging to extend battery health. And a very underrated tip for AirPods Pro users, there's a lot of people that are like, my AirPods Pro noise cancellation isn't as good as the first time that I bought them. Is Apple lowering my quality just so I have to buy new ones? And let me tell you, no. In most cases, noise cancellation lowers in terms of quality because your AirPods are dirty. I've seen so many people's AirPods and they are absolutely disgusting. I actually made an entire video on how to clean your AirPods properly. I'll link it down below in the description. I hope this helped you out. And if you don't have a pair of AirPods and you don't know which one you should choose, you can tap on my AirPods buying guide. You can subscribe here if you learned something new, or you can keep watching my content, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.